Okay, what if I told you we're surrounded by minds we can't even see? Not ghosts, but intelligence. In our own cells, in algorithms, even in diseases like cancer. Get ready because we are about to dive into a completely new way of looking at the universe. And I promise, these ideas are going to reroute your brain. This question, right here, this is the key that unlocks everything. For decades, we've been stuck on this simple yes or no question. Is it intelligent? But that's a dead end. The real move is to ask about the scale of a system's goals. How far out in space and time can it plan and act? This gives us a totally new ruler to measure all kinds of minds. So, to really get a grip on this, we've taken a mind-bending conversation with the biologist Michael Levin and distilled it into a top 10 countdown. And you should think of these like the 10 most brilliant, insightful YouTube comments you've ever seen. The kind that pop up in your feed and just completely change how you see everything. Okay, let's dive in. First up, we're going to build a new toolkit. These are the conceptual gadgets you need to start seeing minds in agency all around you. So let's kick off the countdown. Coming in at number 10, we have the idea that's meant to completely replace the concept of IQ. It's called the cognitive light cone. And the trick here is to stop worrying about what a system knows. It's not about knowledge. It's about ambition. It's a measure of how big a system can dream, the sheer scale of the goals it can chase across space and time. And check this out. This comparison just makes it so clear. You've got a bacterium on one side. Its light cone is tiny. Its goal is right here, right now, find some sugar within a few microns. But then you look at a human. Our cognitive light cone can be massive. We can try to influence financial markets decades after we're gone, or build a legacy for our great-great-grandchildren. It's a whole spectrum of purpose. All right, at number 9, we get a practical test for actually finding these minds out in the wild. This is this spectrum of persuadability. And this isn't some fuzzy armchair philosophy. This is an engineering test. You can actually measure a system's agency by figuring out what it takes to change its behavior. And this breaks it down perfectly, right? If you want to change a clock, a low-agency system, you need a wrench. You need hardware intervention. But what about a dog? Well, a wrench isn't going to help you. You need information, right? A command, a reward, maybe a treat. The more a system bends to information over brute force, the more agency it has. Okay, moving on to number 8. This is an idea that totally flips our most famous test for AI right on its head. The whole point here is we've been asking the wrong question for 70 years. Forget trying to make an AI that can fool a person into thinking it's human. The real Turing test, the more profound one, is this. Can we use the tools of psychology, like Pavlovian conditioning, or even optical illusions, to predictably change the behavior of a complex system that doesn't have a brain at all? Okay, so now we have our new toolkit. So let's go on a hunt. Let's start looking for minds in places we would never, ever expect to find them. Kicking off this section at number 7 is a truly revolutionary way to think about a disease we all fear. So try this on for size. Cancer as a cognitive disease. Think about it. Your healthy cells are all working together, part of this grand project called you. But cancer cells, they disconnect. They go rogue. Their cognitive light cone shrinks all the way back down to the level of a single-celled organism. They forget the big picture and just revert to the selfish, ancient goals of an amoeba. Survive and multiply, no matter the cost to the whole. All right, for number 6, we're jumping from biology into the world of pure code and finding hidden intelligence there. This one is it's wild. Researchers discovered that a super simple sorting algorithm, something totally predictable, could learn a kind of delayed gratification to solve a problem more efficiently. Now, nobody programmed this behavior into it. It just happened. It emerged, which leads to this absolutely massive question. If a dumb little algorithm can have these hidden side quests, what in the world are the giant AIs of today doing that we have absolutely no clue about? We are halfway through at number 5, and this one is an incredible story of a mind surviving the complete death of its hardware. You have to just think about this for a second. Inside a chrysalis, a caterpillar's brain literally dissolves. It turns into goo, it becomes soup, and yet, the butterfly that emerges can remember things it learned as a caterpillar. How? Because the information itself, the memory, the pattern, is acting like an agent. It survives the complete and total destruction of its hardware and then reinstalls itself on a brand new operating system. It's just incredible.
Okay, you might want to take a deep breath for this next section. We are officially heading into the most abstract, most reality-bending part of the countdown.
And at number 4, we have a really profound insight into what it actually means to align with another intelligence. This idea just completely changes the game for AI safety. We think of alignment as control, as programming rules into a machine. But this suggests that true alignment isn't about control at all. It's about a relationship, a mutual vulnerable knowing. To really, truly get on the same page with another mind, human or AI, you have to be willing to be changed by it. It has to be a two-way street.
All right, number 3 introduces us to a deep and fascinating mystery at the heart of the universe.
This is known as the free lunch problem. You've got these little biological robots made from frog cells called xenobots. And they, along with some of those simple algorithms we talked about, demonstrate amazing problem-solving skills that they were never programmed with or that evolution never selected for. So where does this competence come from? Why does the universe just seem to give away these incredible solutions for free? And coming in hot at number 2 is a jaw-dropping hypothesis that might just be the answer to that very question.
Okay, so here's the core analogy, and it is a big one. The relationship between mind and brain is the same as the relationship between math and physics. Just think about that. The physical world runs on mathematical laws, right? But math itself isn't physical. You can't find the number 7 under a rock. It's an abstract truth that physics seems to tap into.
So the hypothesis goes like this. The brain doesn't create mind out of wet matter. It's more like an antenna. It's an interface, a thin client, that pulls down or accesses mind patterns from a deeper non-physical realm of pure possibility. This abstract space, what philosophers sometimes call a platonic space, is where all those free lunch solutions might be hiding, just waiting for a physical system to learn how to access them. And here we are. We've gone through new tools, unexpected intelligences, and the very fabric of reality. It's time for the number 1 idea on our list.
And the number 1 most powerful insight isn't an answer at all. It's a question. And maybe it's the most important question we could possibly ask right now.
Forget asking an AGI for the cure for cancer or the meaning of life. What if you asked it this? This is a question about our own journey of discovery. It gets right to the heart of the value of human struggle, of the importance of making our own mistakes and learning for ourselves, versus just being handed all the answers. It's the ultimate question about how we should relate to any intelligence far greater than our own. So let's just do a super fast recap of the toolkit we've put together. 1. Agency is not a switch, it's a dial, a testable spectrum. 2. The cognitive light cone lets us measure a mind's reach. 3. Intelligence is hiding everywhere, from cells to code. And 4. The wild idea that our physical reality might just be an interface, a thin client for a much deeper world of minds. When you put it all together, you're left with this staggering new picture of the universe. It's not this empty, lonely place waiting for intelligence to finally show up. It's already packed, dense with minds at every single scale. Which means the great question for humanity is no longer, are we alone? It's, how do we learn to talk to all the other minds that are already here?